And good morning, Arlene. How are you?
Good morning.
Arlene is running for assembly in the 101st Assembly District, running as a Democrat. And you dropped a bit of a bombshell this morning.
Yes, I did.
So talk about that.
Okay. I decided that I am going to decline my assembly salary if I'm elected, and I'm going to donate it to local charities. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want everybody to understand I'm not in it for the money. I'm setting an ethical example in Albany, which we all know
It would be refreshing, right? Yeah.
And I want everybody to understand that I'm not in it to line my pockets. I'm in it to do some good around here.
And what good do you feel that you'll be able to do? If elected, what will you be able to accomplish?
Okay.
You'll be in the majority, by the way. Which is something we're not used to in the assembly.
That is correct. What I want to do around here is increase jobs and increase the quality of life, if you will, by attracting more people around here. It's so expensive in other parts of the state. I'm talking about New York and the suburbs. Down in the city. It's ridiculous down there. And there are people who are being priced out. They have no idea that they can come up here, live a good life, buy a house for the price of a closet down there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Those California closets are expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Not as spacious as you would think.
No. Yeah. And so they come up here. They could live with a cost of living that's much lower.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, all right. Now, you also have differentiated the north side with the south side of the district.
Yes.
Explain. Now, I know that the city of Little Falls has a south side.
Right.
It used to be the home of the original Piccolo Cafe, if you remember back on
I remember
Albany
the
Street
Piccolo.
down there. Was it Albany Street? What was the street down there? Way down on the other side, on the south side. So, the south side, the north side. What is that in the district?
We are in the north side. The district runs 150 miles.
Crazy district.
Crazy district, but I love it. The scenery is beautiful. The people are beautiful, and there's so much potential. You go down to the south side, which is Orange County, Ulster County, one town in Sullivan County. That's how crazy this is.
It's so narrow going down there. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's town by town. Yeah. I don't have a full county of anything.
How different is it different? Is it difficult to represent both the downstate versus the upstate, or the south side versus the north side?
It really isn't. I can tell you, though, down in the south side, they feel that they have been quite neglected because it is 150 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have a right to feel that way.
Yeah.
I've been going all over. We did have a house in Riverdale in the Bronx. My kids wanted us to keep it, so we kept it. We're living in Little Falls. It's my husband's grandmother's house. The Feldmeiers have been in that house for almost 100 years.
Yeah.
And we love it. We're up here. The house in Riverdale is convenient for us because we can get to the south side.
Right.
It's an hour away. So people have gotten used to seeing somebody.
Are there people that have criticized you because you have a house down in the city?
Yeah. Too bad.
But, it's so funny. It just speaks to the size of this district that you're representing someone who lives an hour outside of the Bronx. And that we're electing that person. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
And do you notice a lot of the needs down there are similar to ours, or are they totally different?
Oh, they're very similar. They've lost population down there too because these were all old industrial cities. They were powered by water. Mm-hmm. And, when the industry left, you had the problems. Yeah. Same as we've got up here.
I want to throw a couple of issues. One of the big issues up here is guns. Mm-hmm. And one of the big issues, if you go down into Orange County, is guns. Mm-hmm. However, they might not be on the same side of the fence here. How are you going to handle that one?
They are, because hunting is a big industry up here and down there.
So Second Amendment is important down there.
It's
you feel?
important. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You go down the roads and you see the same repeal signs.
Right.
But here's what I would do. I fully understand that the SAFE Act was passed in the middle of the night. There was no input from the gun owners, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not a hunter myself. Do I look like a hunter? This is radio.
Let
but
me just
no.
say, though, I want to be honest. Sometimes you can't tell. I said once, does Claudia Tenney look like a motorcycle driver? No, she doesn't. Then boom, there she is.
She's on it.
Driving down the road on a hog. Crazy, right? It's a crazy world.
Right.
Yeah.
However,
Yes.
what I am interested in is the U.S. Constitution. I'm a lawyer. When I was in law school, I did honors in constitutional law. And I am a fervent believer that there are rights set forth there, and we have to enforce those
And
rights.
not just for hunting, but for self-defense in its truest form.
Right. I also have a long history working with police and firefighters, and I want them to be safe. Most people don't know this, but in the SAFE Act, there's a provision that has got to stay. And what that is, it used to be that there were extra penalties if you used a gun and injured a police officer in the commission of a crime.
Yeah.
The SAFE Act extended that to first responders. So police are equally protected, so are firefighters, so are EMS workers.
So that's an element that you'd want to see stay.
Absolutely.
Right. But like anything else, I think we see a lot of these bills are filled with a whole bunch of stuff. So your background as an attorney, can you tell people about
Yes.
that?
I worked for the Social Security Administration for 23 years. I was a senior level attorney, and this is what I would do. I was in the disability section. I was in charge of fast tracking any case where I saw that somebody was really, really sick. You know, they got their benefits, bingo.
Yeah.
But what I also got to do was screen all those cases and start looking for the folks who were maybe trying to pull a fast one on the agency.
You know, it's when you say pulling a fast one on the agency, really they're pulling a fast one on all of us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it's one of those. They say it's the middle class welfare. It's one of those things that is not overly reported, but there's no doubt abuse.
Well, I've got to tell you, I don't like fraud.
Yeah,
And I must have saved the agency, not even must have, I know I saved the agency millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yup.
And
so
did you
if you're not good with fraud, I don't know how you're going to handle Albany. I know, because rampant. It's all right. Last question.
And did you notice that made it difficult for other people who really need Social Security to get it because of the threat of all the fraud and all that?
In some ways, yeah. It was all about the pot of money.
Right. And so then everybody's questioning, even those that are it's justifiable. They really need the help, and sometimes it's hard for those people to get that. So we've learned a lot. You're good with the Second Amendment. I don't expect to see you driving down the road on a Harley Davidson.
No.
Nope. Attorney in the Social Security Department. You don't like fraud. And I want to ask you one more, and it has about the presidential race. What are your thoughts here in this unprecedented presidential race?
Okay. I am a Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you're leaving it?
I think this is maybe a more insightful question than Trump or Hillary.
Yes.
Bernie or Hillary?
Okay. I was a Hillary supporter from the beginning, even though I used to listen to Bernie on, remember Air America?
Yeah.
I do remember that, yeah.
He was on there every week, and I really came to respect him.
Okay.
However, if you compare Hillary and Bernie, Hillary has the clear edge in the variety of experience. Bernie did not have foreign policy experience. He had economic experience. He had consumer experience, but foreign affairs, no.
Yeah. So you're with her.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to comment on Trump?
No.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Arlene Feldmeier, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, she announced this morning that she will be giving any salary she receives in the assembly. Now, would that be just your first term, or if you were lucky enough to do it?
No, let me explain this.
Yeah.
I realize this is something not everybody can do.
Right.
My husband and I sure didn't start out comfortable in any sense of the economic word, comfortable.
Yeah.
But we worked hard. We went to school. We studied hard. We raised 3 kids. We educated them. And now we are comfortable. I want other people to have that nice feeling of being comfortable.
So you will take your salary and donate it back to charities, local charities.
Yep.
All right. Arlene Feldmeier, thank you so much.
Thank you.
2 weeks away. It's all over with.